In the fall of 2011, in the quiet land of Oklahoma, something shook the state that nobody was expecting.
My twin brother was one of the casualties of the 2011 Oklahoma earthquakes. He was fixing the satellite dish outside of our house when the violent earthquake struck. He was holding a very heavy wrench over the top of his head, fell, dropped it, and it landed on the front of his skull. Obviously, he didn't make it. So
The humble people counted their losses, rebuilt, and were able to resume their daily lives. And then the unthinkable happened. One of the strongest earthquakes the world had ever seen struck just outside Oklahoma City.
It just kept shaking, ran to the doorway, dog was barking, running around, big time shaking.
Okay, I think we're feeling an earthquake right now.
Watch in this horrifying footage as this man's house crumbles around him.
Oh man, it's like a wind gust.
The state was nearly demolished, and many didn't know how they could go on living their lives.
Well, when the earthquake happened, I was at my friend's house, and I was staying the night with her, and then I went home the next day, and my house was destroyed. All my valuables are broken, and I don't have earthquake insurance anymore, so don't really know how I'm gonna pay for the damage that was done. Probably gonna take me a while to pay it off.
But the worst had yet to come.
Okay, so to try and put this earthquake in perspective, what you see here are the ground motions recorded. In comparison, the signal from the New Zealand earthquake is thousands of times smaller, and in fact the New Zealand earthquake was something like 8,000 times smaller in terms of energy release.
Riots broke out in the street, which eventually evolved into anarchy. The president called an emergency address where he declared Oklahoma under martial law.
Instead, the review has allowed me to ask the hard questions and to explore all the different options along with my national security team, our military and civilian leadership. And as Commander-in-Chief, I have determined that it is in our vital national interest to send an additional 30,000 U.S. troops.
The soldiers were relentless to try to keep order, and the citizens often fought back. The state looked as if it had taken its last breath. But at last, a light. And this light came in the form of black gold.
It was an amazing stroke of luck that we would find such a large source of oil.
The second massive earthquake broke loose a hidden oil well underneath Oklahoma. This deposit of oil was larger than any other on the planet.
It was just what we needed to recover from the economy.
The United States was now in control of the oil market and began selling it around the world. President Obama used the oil revenue to rebuild highways and homes and bring life back into Oklahoma. Today, a skyscraper is being built, both as a monument to those lost in the devastating earthquakes and as a beacon of hope for the future of Oklahoma and the United States.
Well, that's the way, the cookie. grumbles. Just look at like an idiot.